I'm Professor Olabisi Olufunmilayo Ogunyola, a professor of biochemistry, Faculty of Science, Lagos State University. The research work initially was to solve the problem of COVID infection at that time. But unfortunately, we were not able to get the virus. So we have to change to the symptoms that occur when you have problems along your respiratory tract. So we now look at the fact that there are tablets or there are capsules and so on that they are using to treat this ailment, but we feel that using plant-based drug will make it easier and cheaper for you to use. So we now decided to look into creamy glaucoma to use to treat the symptoms that occur when you have problems along the trachea. If you have cough, if you have cold, if you have an asthma or any of those likely things that can happen along the respiratory tract. So that's what the research is to solve. The LASRIC funding has really changed some of my IQ on how to do this research, especially when I was sourcing for the raw materials, the viruses, and so on and so forth to go ahead with it. But now it has made me to understand that plant-based drugs are more effective, even though it is not as like when you take a Panadol, quickly your headache goes down and so on. It takes a normal process to readjust what has happened in the body, and then you now have a good result on your body, on yourself. So the LASRIC funding has really helped us to boost our research orientation and to be able to let people know that there's plants around that can be used to solve this problem. Well, since receiving the grant, we have accomplished a lot. Well, not much, but a little. We've been able to have a research team that are working on how to solve respiratory tract diseases. I've been able to teach a lot of students the methodology that is involved in carrying out this method. Also, when we were carrying out this research, we discovered that this particular creamy glaucoma were able to solve a lot of respiratory tract in terms of oxidative stress. It's able to normalize the lipid level of the body. So, and is able to normalize the issue of glucose that has increased in the body when you have infection. So it has been a wide use plant along the line. Then another major thing is that we've been able to tell people around in the community that this plant is good, provided you know how to use it. Thank you. The research that we got the grant from LASRIC has really helped in the sense that you don't have to, when you have a cough or you have cold or something, or you have bronchitis, we'll be able to note that these plants can actually help to solve majority of the problem by clearing what happened, what has blocked the respiratory tract disease. Even in the community as we are now, along the church community, we have been telling people about what's the result of this plant from the LASRIC grant and how we could go about it. But we are now trying to look for where we could get a land to grow it for us to get it easily. Yes, I have. In fact, what's the result of this creamy glaucoma give me that opportunity to have my sabbatical in Canada. I went to University of Ottawa and I was able to discuss this plant along with them, which bring about what we want to do for the new LASRIC that we are putting application to see how we could get a spray, injection spray from this. So instead of you drinking it, you just spray it and you are fine, you are good to go. One of the strategies is to have a group, a functioning research group, which we have right away, comprises of all those people that are involved. We have a chemist on the ground, we have a vet in the group, we have a microbiologist in the group, we have biochemists in various types of areas of biochemistry in the group. This group, now once they come together, it makes it easier for us to have a good strategy and doing what we are doing. You see, at the stage that the research is now, we cannot make it too much globally because we have not tested it on human. We've only tested it on the animal. Even though we tested it on animal, we've been able to tell the community, to tell the other people that this sample, this plant is good on your body. There's no toxicity at all with it. And then once you take it, you are good to go. And the community are actually coming for it, even though it's so scarce to get at the moment. Yes, we have it on the long run. That is where this research will go to, because we are, like I've said, they have the plant soap there, which invariably from this new LASRIC that we have applied for to generate spray. Like you have, the asthmatic people that are putting their head. So we get the respiratory spray, and which will go a long way, and people will be able to use it without having an effect on them. So we are planning on that area and how to go about. And even those who could not go on the spray, they can still go on the extract alone. And we just try to tell them, take a spoon or take 2 spoons, and then people will be able to buy.